My name's Jacqui, and this is Robin, and that's Jacob, and we've been breastfeeding for 12 weeks, ever since they were born, and hi. And the reason breastfeeding is important to me, well, it started as a health thing. I knew that it was the healthiest choice for my babies, and I was breastfed as a baby. But it was really important to my husband as well. His mother was a allegedly leader for 20 years, so she has 4 sons, and I've never met 4 adult men so pro breastfeeding. So they've been providing a lot of support to me. Oh honey, hold on. Really realized about breastfeeding before was the relationship that develops. When I first had them, there wasn't that bam moment of like, oh my gosh, I have a baby, because I was so drugged out from my C-section. I was just like, keep your eyes open, this is the moment you've been waiting for, come on, don't fall asleep. And so I found that each time I breastfed them, we were more and more connected and attached to each other. So it's been a really wonderful surprise. Until you experience it, you don't realize just how much hard means. A lot of the emotional support as well from the family. Like, there were times when, because it was causing me pain to breastfeed, I'd be handed a baby and feel a sense of dread, and I felt so guilty about that. And then we had to do a lot of skin to skin to kind of repair that relationship, and I felt like a failure at times, and I kept having to be reassured, saying, you know, they've only had your breast milk, you're doing this, they're growing, like, you're actually doing it, because I felt like at times I wasn't doing it well. Would pretty much be in bed all the time. People would bring me babies, then when the babies were done, they'd take them and change their diapers, and then like dinner was brought to me and everything else was taken care of. The dog was walked. My parents rented a cottage here for 3 months, just so that they could come every day and help. And Rich's parents stayed here for a while. His mom did for the first several weeks to help with things. So it really took the whole family. And even now, I have a friend staying with me that's helping with the babies and helps me position them and bounces them, and when one needs burping and I still have to feed the other. So yeah, it's really taken a lot of practical support, plus neighbors and people who have offered to walk the dog and, you know, help with anything. I've had people come over after I've had a bad night and help with the babies and move laundry, and I actually started a notepad on my phone whenever anyone offers help. My advice is take every offer at face value.
Basically the job description is nanny. So walk a baby, hold a baby, walk a dog, pat a dog, feed a dog, feed Jacqui, do the laundry, do the dishes, pick up stuff, go to the drugstore, go to the grocery store.
Yes.
It's everything you need that you can't do because you're holding a baby or two.
Yes.
I knew she couldn't avoid being exhausted, but my reason for being here was to help her be less exhausted rather than more exhausted, and to make sure she always had something to eat.
What was really hard was the cluster feeding time, and if I hadn't been warned about it ahead of time, I think that's when a lot of people stop, because they think I'm not producing enough milk. And even though people were reassuring me, you keep producing milk, even if you feel like your breasts are empty, like they'll keep producing milk, and the babies are continuing to suck because they're trying to increase your milk supply and stuff. But it was still a really stressful time when they'd feed from 5 p.m. until 1 a.m. pretty much constantly. And like, by the time I got to 1 a.m. I was like, I can't do this anymore, I hate being a parent. And but then they did eventually stop, and I got some sleep, and I was like, no, I love being a parent.
I don't actually know of another man of my generation who spent this much time with his grandchildren, and certainly it didn't happen with my parents, my grandparents. It was always grandma. I spent lots of time with my grandmother, have many memories with my grandmother, but very short ones with my grandfather. So it's a sea change for men, and now for this grandfather.